I sort of wanted to do this right now, otherwise I forget, honestly. Um, I am admittedly a bit of a bad. I have a weird taste in movies. It's not exactly one kind of picture and then I throw away all the pictures. I love watching movies of all kinds, of all shapes and sizes. And some of them are admittedly not that good. A lot of people call them turds and bombs and pieces of crap and all that. And you know what? I get a lot of enjoyment out of some of those movies. So something that I think I might do along with Block v Mock is basically just looking at movies and that a lot of people might have already reviewed and really ragged on and bashed, but look at them from perspective of why you should enjoy these movies, why you should embrace this film, and how you might be able to get some enjoyment out of it. Maybe you can see it from my perspective that certainly some movies that maybe they're not a good movie, but they're just incredibly entertaining. Something about them is fun. Um, and I do believe there is a key difference between a bad movie and a good bad movie. Lakers, be quiet. I'm trying to record a video. Um, otherwise, my dog. And what I mean like a good bad movie is a movie that when you're watching it, you can. There's something about it that you can tell that everyone who's there, every member of the cast, every member of the crew, they're enjoying themselves. They're having fun. The basic thing is we want to make the best film possible. And I think that's the reason why Ed Wood's movies, Planet from Outer Space, Glen or Glenda, uh, Bride of the Monster, why those films have survived for by now some 60 years when so many other films of that ilk, of that sort of drive-in movie exploitation cinema has gone by the wayside, is forgotten. There's probably dozens, if not hundreds, of films like of those qualities that are just forgotten. And I think the key difference is you can tell that there's passion behind it. It's not necessarily about saying, okay, we have the most amount of money, we have the biggest stars, we have the biggest directors, we're going out to make this big blockbuster, we're all going to be rich. It's about going out there and making the best film that they can with the resources that they have. And I think, for me at least, that does show up on the screen. So that's why I really consider a good bad movie, a movie that it's not necessarily good, but it's really enjoyable because you can tell everyone else there is doing their best and having fun. And meanwhile, a bad movie is a film that just seems to me cynical. It just seems to be an attempt of everyone involved is either there just because they're getting a nice paycheck, or they're just there because they think, well, if I do this movie or I do this TV show or something, it's going to advance my career. That if I direct this feature, it's my first feature away from music videos, and then I can direct other feature films. It's not about saying, oh, I really want to do this because I feel passionate about this. It's just, I don't care about the movie. I just care about hopefully moving to some other stage of my career. And those are the movies I find really intolerable to sit through. And those are the movies I find very aggravating because there is I feel a degree of cynicism there that makes those movies to a different level of bad than simply seeing a bunch of folks who are passionate, who are trying their best, who are just going, we're just going to have a lot of fun and make a fun movie. And if it doesn't exactly work out the way they wanted, if there's still fun involved, that then they may have succeeded in some level. So ultimately, I might look at uh, bad movie masochism. I mean, is what I am in some ways, but it almost seems like inappropriate for the show. Beautiful turds. I don't know. I'm really bad at naming things. I do write in my free time, and I generally can't name my own stuff. I do have stuff that is untitled, or has the most generic names in the world. So I don't know what I would call this. But this is simply just an intro video of what something else besides Block v Mock would be is really going into movies that are considered bad by a lot of people, either by the audience or by critics or something, and hopefully giving a perspective of, yes, not a good movie, but you know what? There's still a lot of fun to be had. There's still an enjoyment to be had in this film. Um, so it's not going to be a lot like a lot of internet critics where they're sitting there going, "This scene is bad. This acting is bad. This is terrible. You shouldn't watch this movie ever." And then the last 10 seconds, well, it is kind of funny in a way. No, this is really going to be about going, yes, this is not good, and this element is not good, but you know what? This is why it works. This is why I think it works. Um, so yeah, that's this is an intro video to an unnamed show, uh, Devil's Advocate, Film's Advocate. I don't know. Probably some other video show out there is like that. Um, but yeah, I'll figure it out. Maybe. No, probably not. Could just be Untitled. All right, but yeah, yep, that's about it. Bye. Ooh, sorry.